You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Monday. Come on in. Good to have you here today. I went and saw the Brad Pitt movie today, F1. It's awesome, by the way. You should see it. I think a lot of people were at the movie theater because the theater was pretty full, because it's Independence Day holiday coming very soon, the 4th of July here in America, and we got a couple of weeks of celebrating our freedom. But years ago, I began to take advantage of a concept during this time of year, plus the holiday season and Christmas and January as well, that has transformed many things about my life. I'll share that little trick with you today, that little hack that maybe do the same for you. I think it will. It is the Daily Boost. I think of this as a catalyst for you to get yourself moving and a catalyst to keep yourself moving, and hopefully we can get that done today. That's going to be part of my mission here. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I went to the movie, and you know what happened? The previews were rolling, and somebody was in front of me. They were on their iPhone. Now, I know people have been in the theater a lot in the last 5 years, but they were on their iPhone. They were scrolling. And as the movie started, they turned the brightness down. They were aware that they shouldn't be doing that. They turned the bright, and they're right in front of me, right? I could see the screen like right there. And I'm thinking, why are you going to make me say something? And come on, why? But I thought, okay, if you're going to make me say it, I'm going to step up to the challenge. Excuse me, would you please turn your phone off so I'm not distracted by it? And they looked at me, and then they turned the phone off, and that was that. But you know what? When I tell stories like that, there are a lot of people, maybe you're in this audience, you'll say, that's why I don't go to the movies. People. I'm guessing if that's the reason you don't go to the movies, you have reasons you don't do other things that you could enjoy as well. Don't let somebody take your joy. Just deal with it. Move on, okay? Okay. Joy is a lot about freedom, and there's no doubt about that. I have my word for the year. It's to be joyful no matter what. Joyful is my word. I don't use words of the year. This year I felt that I wanted one, so I chose joyful. Since my wife's name is Joy, I figured that will help me remember it, right? Every time I say her, joyful. Oh, cool. But as the 4th of July rolls around here in America, that's our Independence Day. We celebrate our independence from the bad people. We like them now, but we didn't like them back then. But something happens this time of year. And I started this years and years ago when I realized something. I realized that I'm halfway through the year, and we all set goals at the beginning of the year, or at least we have an expectation of what we might accomplish. And we're saying, man, time flies by. How'd we get to summer? We're halfway through the year. Can you believe that, right? And just about the time you realize you haven't got to your goals, then we all go on vacation, we all relax, and we make zero progress through the summertime. Kind of scares me when I think about that. Yeah, so years go by, I don't want to make zero progress, and so much undone, right? So I realized that there is power in a different way of thinking. I realized that if you go the same way as everybody else, you're going to get what they get. That's what happens. When the crowd goes left, you ought to be going right. It's like the stock market. When it finally goes up, you're probably too late. You need to get the smart people. Watch when they're buying in, okay? So during this time of the year, what happens is a lot of people take vacations and disappear. They kind of, it's summertime, man. The kids are out of school. I need a break anyway. I could take a vacation. And that's fine. You should do that. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying there are times in society when everybody looks the other way. Nobody pays attention to you. And it's those moments when you can do things that nobody else will ever do. When people look the other way and the emails stop flying and the phone stops ringing because they're out on vacation, they're having a great time. No problem. I do vacations too. Your best creative mind kind of begins to percolate a little bit because there's less noise. You don't have to deal with the stuff. Why are you just letting them go away? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just kind of take advantage of it. I also realized that if you don't take time to do some deep work, your life is pretty shallow. I don't have time to do deep work, Scott. I don't have time to sit down for a couple of hours or a couple of days just to figure stuff out. You will when you're about 67 years old and you get to retire. Why not do it now? You see, when everybody's going the other direction and they're not paying attention to you, and when you have all that free space to get creative and you take a little time to dig deep, you'll be surprised what happens. What you can become in a very short period of time. You can compress so much in just a couple of weeks. When everybody else is busy, when you choose to take massive and perfect action, you can change the direction to just about anything in your life. And could you do it quickly? Is it an excuse? Maybe, yes. In fact, I'm going to say it is. I learned this a long time ago. I actually learned this years and years ago. The first time I really practiced it was when my first wife passed away. And she died. And that's what happens when you pass away. And nobody knew what to say to me. Whether they were friends or whether they were colleagues or clients, it didn't really matter. Nobody knew what to say. They called me. They didn't know what to say. They didn't know if I was ready to get back to work. They didn't know how I was feeling. They didn't know. Well, I was at least a little bit cognizant of the fact that, I've got a window of opportunity here. This business I'm in today started because of that. Because while everybody was giving me my space, everybody was doing something else, I said, while you're not looking, I'm going to change gears. And I shifted entire careers in a matter of about a month. Boom. I learned a lesson. So you think you can learn a lesson doing something like that? I think you can. So when do I practice this?
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Well, predictably, at least 2 times a year. Summertime here in the States, right during the July holiday, the 4th of July. That's the second biggest holiday time during here anyway. And so since it's the second biggest, most people are gone, right? And the second time is around Christmas and New Year's. Now, I don't do it every single time. Sometimes I just go disappear like everybody else. Sometimes I just goof off. Sometimes I'm not always like that, but every now and then, if I got something on my mind, something I want to get done, I'm just waiting for them all to get out of town so I can do my thing. I'm doing that right now, by the way. Now, personally, sometimes I do disconnect 100%. I disappear. I fully connect with myself. I fully dig deep. I fully transform. And I'm telling you right now, usually what holds you back from doing what you want to do is you don't take the time to defocus everything else and focus in on what you want. Dig in deep and just push through it. So I don't know if you want to do it right now. You may be already committed to a plan to go out and play, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're sitting there today and you're like, well, you know what? I don't have nothing else to do. Might go to this, I don't know, might go see some fireworks, something like that. But other than that, in fact, I just took some vacation time just to kill the time. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe work around the house. Do you ever want to write a book? Ever want to start a business? Ever want to do something else? Spend time with your kids, your family, whatever? Now might be a cool time to do it, right? So I guess my question to you is, what are you going to do during this time that is here for you? This is a societal break. This is baked into society. It happens predictably every year. And in this country, it's around summertime and winter holiday. And if you're in Australia, it's the opposite sort of thing. You get it. You have to interpret that for yourself. I don't do that. It's incredibly powerful. You see, there is something I have learned, and listen very closely, because when I wrote this stuff down, I bullet pointed myself out today and I said, wow, look at that. The thing that I'm about ready to say is probably the most powerful thing that I could say in this program. And man, Scott, you should have said it at the beginning. But the people that left before the beginning, they're not going to get it. I'm a good student. I sit in the front row and I pay attention, and so do you. See, most people don't do that. Like in life, they spend their entire life trapped in the lifestyle that they have created. And that can be a prison. But there is an option to be paroled if you choose to take it. You have created a life for the lifestyle, and now you're trapped. You got golden handcuffs on. Yes, you have success, maybe lots of it. But is that trapping you? And the question would be, are you ready to escape your success? Something to make you go, Thank you, Arsenio Hall. Are you ready to escape your success? If that resonates with you, yes. If you're thinking, what the hell does he mean by that? I'm going to let you think about it for a little bit, okay? Because what I've found is there's a certain person that instantaneously knows what I mean by that phrase. And other people aren't going to understand it. I'm going to leave it at that. And maybe we'll dig in a little more here in a couple of weeks as I'm moving a group of people, a group of coaching clients, a group of mastermind people in a little bit different direction for the second half of the year. I told you I was going to get busy. Hang on. All right, I have no idea what's happening tomorrow because I haven't done tomorrow's show yet. We're just kind of winging it right now, having some fun. It's a holiday week. Why not, okay? I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Boost.